Thank you very much, guys. For me, it's more than just the races that's been put up there. For me, it's bigger than that. For me, it's me coming here as a solidarity to my people and for what we've been going through and still going through. It's for me coming here to protest so my kids don't have to do it. So the future could actually bear us witness that we're still going through the same thing that our forefathers went through, the same thing that the slaves from Nigeria that went back to the sea to commit suicide just because they don't want to become slaves and they don't want to face what we're facing today. It's unfortunate that we're still facing the same thing that our forefathers died for. It's not fair that my kids growing up in this land and still can't call it home. I'm here protesting today, and the sun bears witness that we want change. And let it be known, it's not about black and white. We're humans. But to each his own, we need to start defining it. In our household, the way we approach life, this is what we want. This is the reason I'm here today, to stand for something so I don't have to fall for racism.
Hi, I was wondering, why are you here today?
I'm here because I'm a black Scottish woman of African and Indian descent. I'm here because I'm fed up, I've had enough, and I want things to change. I demand a change for the black Scottish people, for black people all over the world. That's what I want to see. I want to see justice, and I want us to have peace of mind and peace from fear. I'm here because I wanted to let other people hear my voice, black and white people coming together and knowing that the black people are willing to stand up and say what they believe and say what they want, and for other people to join in. That's why I'm here.
Family burn from Paris soap rags. Companies go free because it's only a gag. Murder! Murder! Murder in the first degree. Murder. They slaughter your daughter, but it's only...
I'm here to unite the people, to give information on the statue of Dundas. I believe it should not be here. We should get something in its place more fitting. Say, for example, Joseph Knight. Joseph Knight was a West African slave. It was moved to Jamaica and then came over here with his master. He fought for his freedom in Edinburgh and he got his freedom. Now, I believe Joseph Knight should be up there and this statue should be in a museum with the right information. Put a plaque here. Say, yeah, here once stood Henry Dundas, and tell him about the atrocities, the 630,000 slaves that never got their freedom.
When we see people attacking elements of our history, very often unfairly as well, then we want to stand up and say a good word for them and to speak up for these people. And today, Henry Dundas has been unfairly attacked as supporting slavery, when we're pointing out he actually won the case which established that slavery was illegal in Scotland when he was the Lord Advocate. And so these are things that need to be said, and it seems to us that quite a few of the people on the other side, they might be idealistic, but they're not thinking these things through, and they're not realizing the truth of history that we are telling them about. So we're here to stand up for our history and our ancestors, and to put in a good word for them. And if we didn't do that, people in Scotland, in the United Kingdom, would think that there was nobody standing up for these people, and so they would have their way. So there has to be a presence of people saying, we don't agree with you, you're wrong. And that gives, I think, the majority of people heart. It makes them realize they're not alone. There's other people who will risk going out. And very few people want to go out on the streets and stand up for what they believe in. But all the guys here are doing that, and I totally respect them for that.
Hi, I was wondering, do you think the event was successful, and what's next?
I think the event today at St Andrews Square was very successful. We had an amazing turnout today, despite a few Antifa lot. we made noise and we were louder than them, and not only were we louder, but we spoke truth, we spoke justice, and we came to voice our cause, and that's exactly what happened. In terms of what's next, I think in terms of what everyone can take away from this, go do your reading, like find out about Black Lives Matter movements across the world, not just in America, but you're looking at Africa, Australia, New Zealand. I mean, we had somebody from New Zealand who gave basically a play-by-play of exactly this type of racism. This thing is global, and in order for us to eradicate it, everybody, not just in Edinburgh, not just in Glasgow, not just in the UK or America, but everybody globally really needs to understand the history that even their own government are trying to hide for capitalist gain. And that's exactly what Henry Dundas and the anti-Black Lives Matter movement are trying to preach. That this man was great, and he really wasn't. He tried to stop the abolition of slavery. He wanted slaves because he profited off of it. And although he may have contributed to building Edinburgh to what it is today, that doesn't excuse him for the ills and the crimes that he committed. And I think that is the part that people need to learn, is that just because this man has a statue, or just because anyone has a statue, you need to look deeper than what you're being told. Educate yourself, understand what it is that you're dealing with, and move forward in a humane manner.
Why I'm here today is to, first of all, protect statues. I'm not here to cause any trouble at all. I'm only here to protect statues. As far as I'm concerned, all lives matters. It doesn't matter where you're from, creed or colour. We're all brothers and we're all sisters. The only thing that I am totally against is any gangs, trouble, stabbings, looting. And I do not agree with any of this. I do not mind both sides having their opinion, but when they start looting shops, stabbing people, it has to stop. I'm British, I'm proud to be British, just like my brothers across there and sisters.
I'm here because I'm one of 2,000 Sudanese people in the Edinburgh and Lothians area who have been living here for a long time, and we're working against racism institutionally to change things in this city, to make sure that racism is really recognised by the way it forces people into poverty. So I'm here to say I stand with all black people in the States, all black people in Britain, and emphasise that Black Lives Matter in Africa, on the African continent, as much as they do here. And that police are only one issue for us. There are so many other issues. So I'm imploring anybody who cares about Black Lives Matter, look up the Sudanese community in Edinburgh on Facebook. That's the Sudanese community in Edinburgh. Look up our COVID-19 fundraiser. There you can put your money where your mouth is and show that Black Lives Matter right now with COVID-19 as much as they do about police brutality in this country. Peace.
Thank you.
Why should I be happy that I go to Edinburgh? It evolved later, it became a trend to be racist in 1998. And since 2005, there's been over 45,000 cases that would say to think that the country we live in, the country that we
Well, I'm here to support the cause. It's like my friends have suffered with people just normalizing racist comments, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I support this. I want to be here for my friends. I want to be here for me, the future, and I thought, I'm going to do this. I was ready for a change.
Yeah, I'm here for my family to represent. My father's black, and it's not really represented very much. And I'm part of the light-skinned privileged people, but I still experience racism. I still get people asking to touch my hair, and I have to experience it from my little sister, and it's just disgusting. And I'm here to take a stand with my other sister to say we're not taking it anymore.
Especially for the Edinburgh community. I'm living locally in Edinburgh, but from Ireland. I think we have to stand up for black people's rights, for what's happening in our time. I think it's important that we all come together, show solidarity, and there is power in numbers as well. Very peaceful protest today, really happy with how everything went, and the sun is shining, so happy days.
So I think this is incredibly important that people show up and show their support for a movement like this. It's something that affects everyone in this country. It doesn't matter what your ethnic origin, whether you're white or black, we all have to be involved and we need to make a change. And the best way to do that is by showing up.
So I'm with the Communist Party of Britain. We're here to show solidarity with Black Lives Matter, to stand up against racism. And we're out here, we're not bringing our organisation-specific banners because we feel it's inappropriate. We want to give the floor to BLM. We want to show our support for them. And basically we're out here, there's loads of different leftist groups out here who have come out to show left unity, solidarity with the movement. Because fundamentally we believe that issues of slavery, like the statue over there, are so inherently ingrained in our society, they're intertwined with issues of capitalism and exploitation. And if you're solving one, you fundamentally have to be tackling both at the same time. That's why we're out here.
Solidarity, meeting the people with the same ideas as myself, which is at the moment with all that's happening to black people all over the world. I feel like we need to be together, to see to it together, because we're at war. So, yeah, brothers and sisters, come together as one. Black Lives Matter.
We're not moving for the narrative and refuse to be condemned to a world without black humanity. Peace.